Kenya Krafts presents a Doctor Who Christmas Part 2. All right, crafters. So last week we did two ornaments. We did a Cyberman and we also did the iconic TARDIS. So this week we are doing two more of our set of five ornaments, and we will have Daleks and Weeping Angels, which are my personal favorite Doctor Who villain. So we're going to get started with those weeping angels. This is pewter gray that we are using, and we're giving it a coat all over. I ended up doing two coats. I'm just going to tell you guys, most things, unless for whatever reason it just works out that way and that's the way you want it, you're probably going to have to give two coats. I picked a brush that I didn't care if it kind of got mushed around a little bit because it had to shove it in between the parts to get the gray in between. So this is I uh lay down an extra clothespin on some paper and I'm making a template for the wings. I liked one side better than the other, so that's why I just folded it in half and cut it to match that side. Often when you do a drawing, that's the way it works out. And to make it more symmetrical, just do it that way. It instead of fighting trying to make the other side look just like that side. Psh. All right, so we're just going to cut out all of the wings. Already taking shape. Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited for Christmas this year. It is going to be amazing. All right, so now we are going, I wanted to put the details on the wings first. So I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted to do it. So I practiced a little on my template before I went direct on to the wings. Again, when you're hand painting these things, everything has kind of its own personality. One may be your like favorite ever, and another one might not look as perfect as you'd like. It doesn't matter. You are creating and trying and expressing yourself, and every time you do it, you're going to get better. So, the brush that I used was very, very stiff. Actually, when I went to wash it out, I'm not too sure that it didn't have some glue in it. So, it was super easy. I was using the end of the brush, hardly putting any pressure down, mind you, but almost using it like a calligraphy pen. And I didn't worry about completely going in the middle because I figured that the body of the angel was going to cover it. But I did do a majority of it so that it would make sure to cover any gaps. And I figure everyone has its own way that it has its feathers arranged. So I'm really not making, too many worries about making everyone look exactly the same. And basically, the feather technique that I'm using is one you might have used in grade school when trying to draw owls or other birds to make it look like they had, feathers. I wanted originally to put faces on it. This is what it looked like. It said no. So we went with less is more. And all I did was, instead of having that derpy little face facing forward, I just glued it to the backside. I will always have my hidden shame. All right, now to attach the ribbons, I use the hot glue. I first glued all the ribbons together This is a more fabricy ribbon. Fabricy is totally a word. So I did use a little drop of fabric glue and hold it together a moment to make it easier to work with. And then I hot glued it to the back of all the weeping angels. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to work out, and I was really actually very proud. So here we have the Dalek bodies. I collected toilet paper tubes for, forever. But, and it is the great toilet paper crisis of 2020. So I had to collect these tubes for a very long time. Just kidding. So I am using this let me look. Gunmetal gray. Um it gives a little bit more of a hardened gray as opposed to like silvery jewelry gray silver. Now, this is the template that I made for the bottom of the Daleks. And so I was thinking I wanted it to kind of stick out. And so we basically, if you've ever made like a little dress for like an angel ornament, basic same technique. Now I wanted them to wear Santa hats, so I came up with something that I thought kind of looked okay. To be quite honest, they kind of almost look more like cardinals, like the religious kind. But you can use your own judgment. They're cute. Uh, it, this is one craft that did not quite meet the reality. The reality did not meet my original vision. So they are still super cute, and I think they will make a lovely addition. Originally, I started using the fabric glue to hold it together. It was taking forever to set, and it didn't want to stay. So there really wasn't a way for me to hold that in place by another mechanical means. So after it didn't work out I tried two different ones. I moved on to using the hot glue. So, and the hot glue set up very quickly. It held up much better. So, um, that'd be my advice. Um, chose another ribbon. Here I'm rolling up and sticking their little hats in. And like I said, especially before I put the cotton balls in, it looks almost like a little cardinal hat. Celebrate. You must celebrate. Doctor. Sorry, I will stop with the imitations. I feel like I should entertain you while you're watching me craft, the same thing over and over again. All right, so here we are putting another little cardinal hat in. And it's okay that it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted. I'd never tried to make this thing before. I've made angels and soldier boys and different things. I was trying to make the puffball bigger and fluffier, and it was just not working out. I ended up kind of wadding it back together and putting it in the derpiest looking one, so that he is the maybe he's part of the clan of Scaro or something. So here, gunmetal gray on just some regular old run of the mill toothpicks that did not want to cooperate with me at freaking all. So I just kind of stuck them in some scrap foam. And then I took some scrap foam and I just cut little circles to make a little thing on the end of their laser, and just use a drop of hot glue here in a moment to stick that on the end of the toothpicks. Now, I use this thumbtack that did not want to cooperate with me at all. It jumped into a box like twice. I'm telling you. So I shoved the toothpick all the way in. I didn't use any other glue to affix it because I had to shove it in so far. I didn't think it really needed anything else. Um, and then after sticking the end on there, and there you go. You have Christmas Daleks to go with our other ornaments that we're making so far this week. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I love you crafting with me. I hope that you are making them right along with us and are going to have a Doctor Who Christmas. I can't wait to show you my finished decorated tree. Next week, we'll have one more ornament and a cool tree topper that even Matt Smith would approve of. Like and subscribe. Until next week, keep crafting.